Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ET Considers Everything podcast for Saturday, July 30th, 2016. On this edition, I'll be taking a look at round two of the PGA Championship. I'll be taking a look at NFL headlines that took place overnight. I'll be taking a look at a couple of the Major League Baseball games that took place last night that had my interest. And I'll be taking a look at NASCAR headlines as well. So let's get going with this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. First, let's start off with NFL news. Aldon Smith has entered a drug treatment facility. This is great news for him and his family. He was previously an NFL linebacker with the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco Giants. So I wish him nothing but the best in his recovery, and hopefully he'll be able to get back on the field in 2017. This is great news for him, and he deserves nothing but the best to get another shot to play in the NFL, although he has been in some trouble with the league in the past. Also, Andre Johnson has signed a one-year contract with the Tennessee Titans. This is a veterans deal, so he looks to be a team leader for the Tennessee Titans with their wide receiver core, kind of be like a coach and be the top guy on the Tennessee Titans roster with quarterback Marcus Mariota. So a great move for Andre Johnson and a great move for the Tennessee Titans, no doubt. MLB news from last night. The Toronto Blue Jays defeated the Baltimore Orioles last night 6-5 in a matchup of the top two teams in the AL East. Also, we had the St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Miami Marlins last night. Colton Wong was a home run shy of hitting for the cycle, but he had a great performance last night, and the St. Louis Cardinals are now in solo second position in the NL wildcard standings. The top two teams in the wildcard standings will play in the one-game wildcard playoff to start the MLB playoffs in October in the National League and in the American League as well. In NBA news last night, the Olympic basketball team continued their pre-tournament friendlies for the Olympic basketball championship, and they played Venezuela last night. Team USA defeated Team Venezuela last night by a score of 80-45. There wasn't many great performances last night by the team. Nobody really had any in double digits, but this was really a showcase game for all the teams before they leave for Rio coming up next week. The Olympics get underway this upcoming Friday, August 5th from Rio de Janeiro, and will run all the way to August 21st. I look forward to seeing how the Olympic basketball roster does for both the men and the women. Notable players for the men include Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Kyle Lowry, and we have DeMar DeRozan and Kyrie Irving on the team as well. So it's going to be fun to see how the team does going into Rio as the tournament approaches and as the Olympic approaches as well. In soccer news, Manchester City has offered John Stones a one-year €40 million contract for a transfer offer to Everton. They said it's a take it or leave it offer, so Everton has a choice to make whether they want to give up John Stones, one of the best center backs in the English Premier League, or hold on to him and see if they can get a better offer from somebody else. Sources close to the situation are saying that John Stones would like a move out of Everton, but if he can get more money somewhere else, he would take that move before the Man City move. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the upcoming weeks. The August transfer deadline is August 31st, so we still have another month of transfer news to go through, along with the beginnings of the seasons in Europe. So I look forward to covering the soccer matches coming up for you all on the ET Considers Everything podcast. In golf news, the PGA Championship is underway in round two of at Baltusrol Country Club. After round two, we have Jimmy Walker and Robert Streb tied for the lead at -9. Jason Day and Emiliano Grillo are tied for third at -7. Henrik Stenson is in fifth at -5. Other notables include Jordan Spieth at -3 and Phil Mickelson just making the cut at +1. We have many great golfers up at the top contending for this championship, and I look forward to seeing how the PGA Championship runs through today. The final groupings of the PGA Championship will go as follows. We'll have Jimmy Walker and Robert Streb teeing off at 3 o'clock. We'll have Jason Day and Emiliano Grillo teeing off at 2:50, and we'll have Henrik Stenson and Patrick Reed teeing off with each other at 2:40. So 3 great final groupings there in the PGA Championship for round 3. It's going to be fun to see how the tournament plays out today. In tennis news, Novak Djokovic defeated Tomas Berdych in straight sets to advance to the semifinals of the Rogers Cup. Earlier in the past couple weeks, I've announced that Roger Federer and Andy Murray were missing this tournament due to injuries, and Roger Federer is now out for the rest of the season due to a knee injury that he couldn't quite get rehabbed for the Olympic Games and for the U.S. Open. He said that he would have loved to play in the U.S. Open and especially the Olympics representing his country, but his knee just wouldn't hold up, and he will not be able to attend the Rio de Janeiro Olympics and will miss the rest of the 2016 season. My best wishes go out to Roger Federer, and Andy Murray looks like he'll be able to attend the Rio de Janeiro Olympics coming up in a couple weeks, so it's going to be fun to see how he does in the tournament as well. NASCAR news this morning. Martin Truex Jr. won the pole for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Pennsylvania 400 at Pocono, which will take place tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock on NBC Sports Network. Other notable starters include Tony Stewart, who will start 5th. We have Kyle Busch, he'll be starting 8th, and we'll have Matt Kenseth, who's starting in 3rd. So we have a lot of great drivers up near the top. My favorites to win the race tomorrow include Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. You got to look at Kyle Busch as a favorite here as well, coming off his win in Indianapolis last week in the Brickyard 400. And those are my big 3 picks. You got to go with Tony Stewart, Kyle Busch, and Martin Truex Jr. as the picks to go with this week. And with that, that's going to do it for this edition of the ET Considers Everything podcast for Saturday, July 30th, 2016. If y'all don't mind, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and as always, I'll keep you posted on sports news as I get them across my tablet. I will not be making a video tomorrow. I always take Sundays off, so I will be back with more news on Monday. I'll recap the PGA Championship, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race from Pocono, and much more news. For now, this is E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins from Pound, Virginia. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very much for liking this video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Later, everybody.